Today is starting the first portion of Parshat Lecha, the third Parsha of the Torah. We'll start with the name of the Parsha. The Rebbe Rashab, Rabbi Shalom Dovber of Lubavitch, once said, Bereshit is a joyous Parsha, even though its end is not too pleasant. Noach is all about the flood, though it has a joyous ending with the birth of Abraham our father. Lecha, however, is a truly joyous week. Every day of the week we live with Abraham our father, who was the first person to dedicate his life to spreading godliness, Hashemliness in the world. And Abraham's trait of self-sacrifice has since been inherited by all Jews. This begs the question, if Bereshit had ended a few verses earlier, it would have been an entirely joyous Sedra, since its not too pleasant parts would have been included in the more somber Parshat Noach. Similarly, Parshat Noach could have ended before the birth of Abraham, keeping its content more uniform. Why is the Torah arranged so that the first two parshiot contain contradictory themes, and only Parshat Lecha is the first truly joyous week? Bereshit describes the work of God, Hashem, Noach, the efforts of man, and Lecha, the cooperation of man, Abraham, and Hashem. Therefore, Bereshit ends with the birth of Noach, and that Noach found favor, and that Noach found favor in the eyes of Hashem. Since neither of these events required any effort from Noach, they were both the work of Hashem. Noach ends with the birth of Abraham and his efforts to come close to Hashem. But since Hashem had not yet communicated with Abraham, these details were included in Parshat Noach, which speaks of man's efforts. Only in Parshat Lecha do we begin to read of the convergence between Hashem and his creations. For only when Hashem spoke to Abraham for the first time, at the beginning of our Parsha, did the era of human-divine cooperation begin. This communication to Abraham was the precursor of Sinaitic revelation, which would witness the development of this cooperation into a coherent system of 613 mitzvot. Hashem told Abraham to go away, Lecha, from all his prior value systems, from your land, your birthplace, etc. This new era of cooperation required a totally fresh approach. The willingness to progress beyond that which man can achieve through his own efforts, the theme of Parshat Noach, so that he can become a partner with Hashem in enacting the divine plan of creation. From the Parsha from last week, from Parshat Noach, it does talk about the 7 Noahide laws. 1 being idolatry, 2 blessing the divine name, 3 about murder, 4 about sexual transgressions, 5 about theft and civil law, 6 about court systems, and 7 about eating a limb torn from a live animal. We can talk more about that. We can talk more about that after I get off of work today, if I don't forget. Hopefully I will not. Okay. Parshat Lecha. Hashem said to Abraham, go for yourself from your land, from your relatives, and from the house of your father to the land that I will show you. This is chapter 12, verse 1 through chapter 12, starting with verse 1. And I will make you into a nation that is great. I will bless you and make great your name, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and then the one who curses you I will curse. And they will be blessed through you, all the families of the earth. Little tidbits for each part in this one. For now, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll do it tonight if I remember, or if I don't get distracted by stupidity. We can only improve upon this. So Avram went as had spoken to him Hashem, and with him went Lot, and Avram was of the age of 5 years and 70 years when he went forth from Haran. 75 years. Avram took Sarai his wife and Lot the son of his brother and all of their possessions that they had amassed and the souls that they made in Haran, and they went forth to go to the land of Canaan. And they came to the land of Canaan. Passed did Avram into the land as far as the site of Shechem, as far as the plain of Moreh, and the Canaanite then was in the land. Hashem appeared to Avram, and he said, to your offspring I will give this land. So he built there an altar to Hashem, who appeared to him. He relocated from there to the mountain east of Bethel, and pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east, and he built there an altar to Hashem, and he called out in the name of Hashem. Then Abram journeyed on, continuing to journey toward the south. There was a famine in the land, and Abram descended to Egypt to sojourn there, for severe was the famine in the land. And it occurred as he drew close to entering into Egypt, he said to Sarai his wife, indeed now I have known that a woman of beautiful appearance are you. And it shall be that when they will see you, the Egyptians, and they will say, his wife this is, then they will kill me, while they will keep alive. Say please that my sister are you, so that it may go well with me for your sake, and remain alive may my soul on account of you. That may be the end. I don't remember how the separation is. Still working on both, so that's fine. Verse 2, verse 14. That is indeed the end for today's Parsha. Do a little bit more. Go ahead and end for now. We'll do all the other extra readings tonight. Bezrat Hashem. That will be all for today. At least for now. Hopefully you all have a wonderful day and enjoy the beautiful weather wherever you're at, or have a wonderful night and wherever you are. Have a wonderful day, morning, evening, and good night. Thank you for joining.